This video is for my teachers. If you're not a teacher, share it with a teacher. I want my fellow colleagues to remember that the cop that killed George Floyd was influenced by his parents and his teachers and an educational institution that is still tied to white supremacy. And no, I'm not blaming it all on teachers, but teachers do have a big influence on their students. And with that said, if you're a teacher, you should become an abolitionist in education. What does that mean? Teachers who are abolitionists are willing to put their jobs on the line in order to make sure that their students' needs are being met socially or physically, mentally as well. It's sometimes putting the standards on the back burner to make sure that your kids are okay, especially during these crazy times. It's looking for resources that your kids can relate to. It's about making sure that all your students make it. It's about dismantling racist systems within education. If you can't do those things, then maybe you shouldn't be teaching. Practice abolitionist teaching and change the world.
What in God's holy name are you blathering about?
Hey, where are the white women at?
Don't these people realize by now that whenever they bring up George Floyd or BLM, that whatever point they're trying to make goes right out the window? I mean, the second sentence, she brought up George Floyd, so everything she said after that sounded to me like Charlie Brown's teacher. Anyway, we're back. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you're all having an amazing day, and I hope you guys are ready for your daily tour of Clown World, because that is exactly where we're going in today's episode of Woke TikTok Fails.
TikTok is degenerate trash. Correct.
You know what woke means? It means you're a loser.
It's true. It's true. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming back. And speaking of woke, if you would place your attention on the screen very briefly, this is some kind of parade, protest. Very bizarre. It's in the United States. I believe this is in New York City, but don't fact check me on that. So this is a parade for, I don't even know how to put this, to make the country of Ukraine more friendly to the
LGBTQ2 plus.
Thank you, Dictator Blackface, but isn't that exactly what I just said? Anyway, so yeah, there's a protest parade where they're, so the sign they're holding up, and this is a ragtag crew of bandits right here, I'm telling you. They have a Ukraine flag, and it says, "Arm Ukraine, make pride in Mariupol possible." So Mariupol is the city in Ukraine. Make pride in, they got signs that says, "Love has no gender, war kills my love." So as far as I know, I'm not a expert on Ukraine, but as far as I know, Ukraine isn't super friendly to that community. So these people are trying to change that somehow. Why they care is beyond me. Why this is their main focus, I don't know. Blue hair, pink hair, purple hair. And then we get the guy with the bullhorn here. Oh, this is interesting. He's got a belly shirt on with the thong strap hanging out. I mean, that's...
That means you're gay.
I hope that look does not catch on, or has it already? I don't know. And some of you might be saying, "Well, Mike, look, he's got one of those little fanny packs on." Guilty. Listen, I got to admit, I wear the wife calls it a blank bag, and the bag rhymes with, the blank rhymes with. It's a derogatory term. We're not allowed to say it anymore, but I'm sure you guys can guess what it is. I wear it every day, but just to let you guys know why I wear it, that's where the Glock goes. So if I don't have my inside the waist holster, that's where the Glock goes. So I think that's a pass right there. Anyway, let's get into it. I'm just going to apologize ahead of time if I seem a little out of it today. I'm exhausted. It is hotter than an Arkansas steamer bean outside.
Is this like an Arkansas type steamer bean, or?
But the show must go on, so give me a pass for today. Thank you, guys. Roll the film.
I'm a non-binary elementary school teacher, so here's how I talk to my students about pronouns and such. Hi, my name is Mix K. It's Mix. So kind of like cookie mix or mixing bowl.
She goes right to the cookie mix or mixing bowl.
Eat vegetable. Eat broccoli.
Sort of thing. That's how it's pronounced. That is my name. That is the name that I'm comfortable with. That is the name that makes me happy, and I would like it if you referred to me as such. See, I'm not a Mr. or a Miss, so I go by Mix because that's what makes me happy. Now, you have a name that you like to be called other than the name that's on the paper, right? It's the same thing for me. I have a name that I prefer to be called, and that's the one that you're going to use for me, okay? Now, I don't consider myself to be a boy or a girl. I just see myself as a person. So that's why I go by Mix. So I'm actually non-binary. I'm not really comfortable with feminine terms being used for me. If you can find some alternatives, that would be great. My pronouns are they, them, and she, her. Thank you so much for asking. What are yours? Talking about gender is not something that's out of the realm for children. Honestly, the most understanding people when it comes to my identity have been the students that I work with. So it's important to be yourself, because being openly you is probably the most important thing you can do for...
Wow! The land of make-believe!
Oh my god, who would allow this delusional human being to be around children? This is great. Okay, you're not a boy or a girl. You just want to be a person? Okay, we can work with it.
Now, I don't consider myself to be a boy or a girl. I just see myself as a person.
Oh, wait. Was she a great big fat person?
All right, here's another teacher that is freely admits to actively trying to hide things from parents. Before we roll the film, I got to give a huge shout out to the sponsors of today's video. I have two sponsors today. Today's video is being brought to us by first sponsor Jessica McDonald. Jess, thank you so much for sponsoring today's video. Greatly appreciated. Second sponsor of today's video, Rusty H. Rusty, thank you. And Rusty left me a nice message. And I just want to say, Rusty, I said this in a couple videos back, that there are a lot of people in this community that are in recovery, and Rusty is one of them. So, Rusty, congratulations, man. And thank you so much for the very kind message that you left me. I greatly appreciate that. So thank you, Rusty and Jessica, for sponsoring today's video. You guys are amazing. Now, if you'd like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there is a PayPal link in the description box below, and I will say your full name as a sponsor of said video unless stated otherwise by you. Roll the film, please.
One last idea for this series about how to support students who don't identify as cisgender in your classroom, and that has to do with report card comments. Many students don't identify with the same pronouns and names at home as they might at school or with friends. And so this makes report card comments and communication home really complicated. Personally, I've been trying to take gender out of my report card comments altogether, but I recently heard a great suggestion from our school's GSA, who suggested to make report card comments directed specifically to the student. So using the word you takes out the need to use a name or any gender pronouns. And so that's what I'm going to try next time. It sounds like an ideal best practice.
That is without a doubt the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You are a fucking idiot.
This lady. I'll leave her alone. Let's keep it moving. All right, this one's fairly frightening. It said, "How did your child communicate to you she didn't want to be the same assigned? Want to be the same the same as assigned. My 4-year-old has started saying they want long hair." We're talking about 4 years old here. Don't you keep that in mind. Oh, I wanted to mention the last teacher, this isn't a teacher, but the last teacher that said, she said something in the beginning about cisgender. That's not a word. Listen, that's not a word. Don't, if anyone ever says that to you, say that doesn't, cisgender doesn't even mean anything. It doesn't, it doesn't mean anything. It's one of these made up things that these people in the woke cult say. It's not real. Cisgender or whatever, however they use it. Roll the film.
Look, another helpful question. Kids have to go to the pediatrician a certain number of times for the first few years of their life. It's to make sure they get fully vaccinated, are growing on time, development is as it needs to be, yada, yada, yada. At the 3-year checkup, they ask a question to see if the children know the difference. So the pediatrician looked at Bug, and she said, "Are you a boy or a girl?" Bug looked her in the eye and said, "I'm a girl." The doctor kind of looked at me. I was like, all right, never heard about it before, but whatever. And ever since that day, she has told us that she's a girl. A little under a year ago, she started correcting us on her pronouns. "I'm not a him, I'm a her. Don't call me he. Mommy, I'm not he, I'm she." It has been 2.5 years now that she has been out. I told her father when I figured she was getting close to telling him herself. Didn't want him to respond poorly.
Look, you're sick. I really mean that. You're sick.
That's not okay. She said 3 years old. Her child was 3 years old. These, what's it called? Munchausen by proxy or something, when these parents do things like this to their children. I don't know, but this, I mean, how do we save the kids that are in situations like this? Sad. Let's keep it moving. All right, this next one's just a real quick clip, and it's got a copyrighted song, so I'm just going to leave it muted just in case they do that. So let's play it here. In case you didn't know, my pronouns are she, her, hers. My pronouns are she, her, hers. That's a...
That doesn't make sense.
I'm the bearded lady.
It's so bizarre. I don't, what happened? What happened to these people? And listen, this stuff's happening out there because the supermarket where I do my grocery shopping, the people have name tags and they say they, them, and I saw a young male, he was probably 16, 17, maybe 18, had a name tag on and it said she, they, or something like that. It was a guy, it was a dude, it was a guy. So this is happening. I don't know what happened to this guy, but it's sad. Let's keep it moving. All right, we're gonna be wrapping it up soon, guys. Like I said, I'm exhausted. It is so hot, and I do have air conditioning, but it's an older air condition. It's trying to keep up, but struggling a little bit. So I'm exhausted. So like I said, I do apologize if I seem a little deflated or if I ran my mouth a little too much. You guys know how it gets. Overtired, you seem to get a little energized to talk too much. That's me right now. Anyone that's still calling the parental rights bill in Florida the Don't Say Gay bill, they're just disingenuous liars. That's all they are. They're just disingenuous liars. So the parents of these kids must be proud. This is a teacher. Listen to what her kids say. Roll it.
What do we say to the Don't Say Gay bill?
What did you just say?
What do we say to the Don't Say Gay bill?
Ha! Gay!
Wow. Can you imagine being a parent of one of these students who your teacher is telling to yell out for her TikTok, for TikTok subscribers, viewers, whatever, yell out queer when she says, what do we say to the Don't Say Gay bill? An update is I think this teacher has been terminated from teaching. I'm not sure. A bunch of these teachers that do these TikToks, which is beyond me why they do it, have been fired because this is obviously clearly inappropriate for a classroom. And I think this teacher had a few other TikToks that were not good, and after this one there was some complaints, and I think I'll try to update you guys on that, but I think one of the teachers recently we showed got axed. I think it might have been this one. Thank God. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, this is a good one to end it on. Usually, you know, if I have one with the hoodie, the gang that wears the hoodies, they usually the black hoodies that, you know, do the mass robberies or they all run in somewhere and steal everything. This is something similar. Listen, if you're in cities and you can get out of the cities, because this is just, it's out of control. These people they're animals. They're just animals. They don't care about the rule of law. They don't care about other people's belongings or feelings. They just don't care. They're animals. So we're going to end it on this one. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I had fun like always. So thank you all so much. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Till next time. Love you guys. Peace. Roll the film.
Yeah, sleeping.
That's insane, bro. That shit is crazy, bro. Don't leave those backpacks in the whips, man.
Our diversity is our strength.
And I say to them, our diversity is our strength.
Our diversity, it is still and always will be one of our greatest strengths.
Our diversity is one of our greatest strengths.
That when all of God's children come together, we're going to show you that our diversity is our strength.
We share an innate understanding that our diversity is an enormous strength.
That's slipping. That's insane, bro.
What the hell is wrong with you people?
And you ain't black. Chocolate chip.